Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering video. Today we are playing Arena again and I have spent some more time with working on the Rottenmouth Viper deck. But while I was doing some research and looking at how other people are playing this deck, I came across a standard best of 3. I really enjoy this format and it is a lot of fun simply because of sideboarding, seeing a certain meta constantly. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it and I have been testing it out and I have done some few adjustments to the standard Rakdos sacrifice deck for the Rottenmouth Viper, but mostly the changes that I did were in the sideboard. This is a common deck list that a lot of people are playing, and I simply copied it, and since then I am playing it. The few changes that I did in the sideboard is that I am playing a few copies of Sheoldred's Edict, because there are still a few creatures out there that I need to get rid of with instant speed, and there are a few decks that do play the Innkeeper's Talent, so these creatures have ward, and I need to get rid of them immediately, and sometimes the -3/-3 from nowhere to run doesn't help, because they also have like 4 toughness. For example, a creature that comes to mind is the Bloodletter of Aggro, so Sheoldred's Edict is definitely a card that I sideboarded in. I do run 2 copies of Withering Torment, and of course, if you are playing a black deck, I think that you should always have 4 copies of Laydown of the Void, simply to be able to sideboard against graveyard decks. But yeah, aside from that, I don't run too many copies of Duress or something like that. Withering Torment, 2 copies. And yeah, but Sheoldred's Edict are the cards that I sideboarded in, simply because I do think that this card is extremely powerful. I love to play it in Commander, and it is also reasonable to play it in Best of 1 because of its versatility, because of choosing the 3 different modes and also getting rid of Planeswalkers. But overall, yeah, this is what I did to the sideboard. I want to quickly run over the Rakdos Rottenmouth Viper deck. Your win con is the Rottenmouth Viper, and as an additional cost to cast the spell, you may sacrifice any number of non-land permanents, and for each non-land permanent sacrificed this way, this spell costs 1 less to cast. When this creature enters or attacks, you put a blight counter on it, and then for each blight counter on it, each opponent loses 4 life, unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. This card doesn't have ward on it or anything else. It really feels like an OG Mythic, but if this one stays unanswered, you can get so much value out of it and overrun your opponent with this one. So this is one of your win cons. Another win con is definitely Urabrask's Forge, a 3-mana artifact, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put an oil counter on it, and then you create an X1 red Phyrexian horror creature token with Trample and Haste, where X is the number of oil counters on the Forge, and you sacrifice the token at the beginning of the next end step. The relevant thing is definitely at the beginning of the next end step, because it will happen that you will make the token, you don't have a good window to attack with the token, but in your second main phase you can still draw value from that token, either to use it as a discount for the Viper or as a sacrifice fodder for Final Vengeance. For the Torture Tower can also be used for this one. You can sacrifice it into Disturbing Mirth, which is also one of the key cards in this deck, which came with Duskmourn, a 2-mana enchantment, and when it enters you may sacrifice another enchantment or creature, and if you do, you draw 2 cards, which is a lot of value, and when you sacrifice itself, you manifest Dread, which will bring another body, and it's also great, simply because you can also sacrifice it into, for example, Torch the Tower, into Final Vengeance. You can use it as one of the discounts for Rottenmouth Viper. So this deck really wants to use all of its cards to scale into the Rottenmouth Viper, and while doing so, you draw a lot of value from those sacrifice and death triggers. When it comes to death triggers, we have the Greedy Freebooter. When it dies, you scry 1 and make a treasure token. We do have a Hopeless Nightmare, so each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life on ETB. And when you put it into a graveyard, you scry 2. We do also have the Clockwork Percussionist. I hope I spelled that right. A 1-mana 1/1 with haste, which is a great early game pressure. And when it dies, exile the top card of your library, and you may play it until the end of your next turn, which is always relevant. Of course, if we play the Rottenmouth Viper, we do have to play the Hexmage, which enters as a 3/2, and then you have to attach a Cursed Roll token to one of your creatures, which is also an enchantment, but also a non-permanent, to sacrifice into the Rottenmouth Viper. Scavenger's Talent, simply a great card that you can also bring on turn 1. When one of your creatures die, you make a food token, which will count as a non-land permanent. Second stage, whenever you sacrifice something, target player mills 2 cards, which is also relevant. And the level 3 is that you can sacrifice non-land permanents to reanimate a creature from your graveyard with a finality counter. We have 2 copies of that one in this deck, but it's still a great card and also extremely powerful. And yeah. Then when it comes to removal, as I've said earlier, Final Vengeance, also a new card from Duskmourn to exile a creature. Then we also play Torch the Tower back from Wilds of Eldraine, which is a bargain card to deal damage to creatures or planeswalkers, and you can bargain it for a little bit more damage. Then we do also play Nowhere to Run, which became a very important card, especially against the I think it's the Orzhov enchantment deck that wants to suit up all of its creatures with a lot of enchantments and also give them hexproof and stuff like that. But if you can react with nowhere to run, you're in a really good spot, and it's also a non-land permanent that sticks around. And for even more card advantage, we do play Braids, Arisen Nightmare, a 3-mana 3/3. And at the beginning of your end step, you can sacrifice something, and if your opponent doesn't also sacrifice something with the same type, they lose to life and you draw a card. So nice card advantage and a great synergy with all of those cards that you are totally fine with to sacrifice into. So overall, this is a super funny deck. I really enjoy it. I simply like Rakdos sacrifice strategies. And yeah, today we are playing for my promo ranking, or for my ranking for the rank to becoming Diamond. So we will just jump into a few games and see how we can do. So let's get started. Okay, yeah, I'll take play first. Not the best hand, but we are on the play, so I'll take it. Okay, Orzhov. Interesting. More Hex Mages. Honestly, I'll just wait. If they have any removal ready, they will just get rid of Viper, so I prefer to wait another turn. Just so I can also immediately attack with my 3/2s. Okay, they do play Slasher. Just drew Braids, also interesting. One of them can attack, one needs to block the Slasher. If they do have Bloodletter... Okay, they cannot play Bloodletter, but they might have removal for Viper. Oh, they do have Bloodletter, okay. Yep. Okay. So let's attack with Viper. Already at 2 counters, which is great. Discards a land. Loses 4 life, takes 6, perfect. Now we do sacrifice. We could also start sacrificing lands, which they definitely won't like. But I would also like to refill my hand. But I guess sacrificing a swamp is fine. Let's see if they need their mana. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Nerf is great. Alright, first round. That was a good one. So we could answer Slasher with Leyline of the Void. Though I gotta say, we do have exile removal, which should be fine. Bloodletter. Would like to have a few edicts. Aside from that, I think we can give it a try like this. Okay, we got lands, Braids, Forge, perfect. This is a great hand. If they have the rest now, okay. If we can bring out Forge, we should be in a really, really good spot, but we also gotta find removal. Yeah, I'm definitely taking this one. Perfect, there's removal. So let's bring out Forge. We do have extra removal ready. Let's see if they bring out Slasher. No, they bring a Liliana. Interesting.
It's like fish before brunch. We all have things we'd rather forget.
Here's the problem. Lily is at 4. It's I would just pick one Braids. Hopeless Nightmare. I guess I would just build a certain board presence for now. Pressure Liliana a little bit. Hopeless Nightmare is now also a great insurance to be able to cast Final Vengeance. Okay, Bloodletter.
Drop it.
For now I can take it. Okay. We could also keep Hopeless Nightmare around for now and just build a certain board presence. And then we would just exile him. I could also just, yeah, let's do it like this. Destroy 2. Viper, that's perfect. Exile it. Now we got Liliana down. Hit our opponent. Our opponent is in top deck modus. Our forge is cooking. We are in a really, really good spot. Found a land. Landfall trigger. GG. Okay, we are on the draw. Not the best hand, but we got plays, we got mana. Oh, okay. And we are dead. But no turn 1 play, interesting. Okay, Challenger. Yeah, we simply gotta find removal or we are dead. Viper ain't removal. Let's just attack our opponent's hand. They ditched Rapid Gnaw. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Another Challenger. And Might, okay. Oh my god, this is so much value. Yeah, you better pressure. I do like Braids here. Yeah, pretty sure they won't. We don't need creatures, we need removal, guys. Wow, this is just crazy. So many cards for free. Does it have prowess? Yeah, it does. Let's see if we are dead. Okay, Rapid Gnaw. This is also not a removal. And a Hardfire hero, okay. Well, they can still trigger all of their stuff with their lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't appreciate this animation bug because it counts the treasure as a discount, but sometimes you also need the mana to cast it. Yeah, and this is GG. Yeah, we don't have to play this one out. This is just way too much. Okay, so what do we need? We need early interaction. So for that we just sideboard in 2 more removals. And yeah, let's just hope that they don't start with Leyline again. We play first. This hand seems keepable. Okay, no Leyline opener. Hardfire hero, okay. To be honest, I'm fine to refill here. Just draw cards. And pass. Okay. Double strike for 4, but we got perfect answers here. And we got 2 removal spells in the top 2. This is just... I love it. Would be perfect if we draw into a land. Sadly we don't. But our opponent just had the Flowerfoot Swordmaster. Which means we can swing all out. Interesting, okay. Knight drawing a card, okay. And another Swordsmaster, okay. Okay, Leyline is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could bring a Rottenmouth Viper to the board, or we keep handling their board. Viper is also a blocker. Hopeless Nightmare seems reasonable. Yeah. Okay, our opponent found another land. Okay, Challenger. Nothing. Ah, wait a second. Challenger is much more of a problem. I don't think that I need to bargain it. Yeah. Okay, it feels like we got them checkmate. I don't see them coming back from this. Okay. Now they are on the play again, so this is gonna be tough. Yeah. Now I gotta hope for interaction in our opening hand. Torch the tower would be great. Oh, risky. Okay, Swordmaster. Ain't the best one. And now we got Final Vengeance ready. Okay, Monstrous Rage. Take it. Hardfire Hero. We can keep... And we can scry. This is really, really good. Do we exile Hardfire Hero? Yeah. I don't need any of those. So great to see them on the bottom now. Ah, Might of the Meek. It's just so good. Okay. We can Final Vengeance, get rid of Swordmaster, still play Forge. Seems reasonable to me. Edict. I'll keep that on top. Okay, that one is gone. 11 life total, we just cleared their board. We have another removal incoming. So I like our chances. Okay, they missed a drop. Attack for another 2. We can play Hex Mage and still have Edict up. Perfect. Next turn we can bring Viper. Okay, they did find Challenger. Monstrous Rage. Yeah, let's see what they get. Get a land, okay. And now Edict it away. Okay. We got 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. So like this. Now we play it like this. Perfect. They will probably... Okay. So we got a huge blocker. They got another Challenger, of course. They also got Monstrous Rage. If they attack for 6, if they have another Monstrous Rage, it won't be enough. So we take it and we win. GG. Good game. Not too bad. Could also be better. Okay. So we might see a cut down here, so I will just start off with Scavenger's Talent. Yeah, Innkeeper. Okay, so we probably see the Raska combo. So let's just develop a board and see where things take us. Okay, aggressively leveling up, which keeps confirming that we are against the Raska combo deck. Will we see a Tear Sunder? That might be a thing that can happen now. Okay. Shielded, okay. Also a big shielded. Let's see. 1. Our opponent needs to discard a card. Now we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do think it definitely makes sense to mill our opponent just to see what we are up against. We don't need a land, we need a exile removal. Lily, pillage. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so we can answer Shielded next turn. If they are confident in their position, they will just lose 4 life. If they do something different... Yeah, pillage. Okay. So let's see. Appears like our opponent has left the keyboard. That's fine. Not the most honorable way to get to, not Mythic, but Diamond. Yeah, to Diamond, but we take it. Therefore the other games have been really intense. GG. And there we go. Diamond tier. Woohoo!